Hi, and welcome to Geeks for Geeks. Today, we would be discussing yesterday's problem of the day, that is aggressive cows. So, in this question, I assume, today the number of viewers are quite high. So, I would give you a time frame of 30 seconds so that you can just read the question by yourself if you haven't read this. So, quickly read this. So, just let me share my screen. Mhm. Okay, let me share the Chrome tab. Yeah, please quickly read the video and quickly read this. Let me remove myself. So before we move forward, before we move forward, I have something to tell you. So for those who don't know about this question or haven't heard about this question is a very famous question from Spodge, but this question is different. Aggressive cows. The title is the same, that is from Spodge. Now, if you talk about Spodge was earlier used to as a DSA, like to solve a lot of problems over DSA, and it was much back in time. Okay, like when I started off with my programming journey at 2019, I think so. Yeah, 2019. So I do solve that problem. Now you would ask me that what is the time frame that we should solve this problem? Okay, to be honest, still the classical programmers still prescribe this problem from Spodge. Okay, so I would just give you the link also. The questions are absolutely very different. Only the title is same. Okay, and the title also plays a very important role. So I would just give you the link also. Just wait a sec. Yes. Okay, so this is the yes. So basically, in this problem, when you start learning about binary search, so initial ones you don't require, but when you learn about advanced binary search or binary search on an answer, you would learn about this problem. So now let us get back to this problem where we need to solve this. So I would stop the screen sharing because now I need to. Let's move on the question. Okay. Okay, so I want to see this problem. Mhm. Yes, here the screen is not big. Mhm. Okay, I think I'm good to go. No. Yes. So in this problem, you are given k cows. Okay, and then you are given the location of each of the barn. Okay, so you are given location location of each barn. Okay, But there is one more thing that needs to be mentioned. The location is in the form of number line. Okay, like this is the location 1, this is the location 2, this is the location 3, this is the location 4, this is the location 5, and it is told that the locations would be from 0 till 10 to the power 9. Okay, so this is pretty straightforward, isn't that? It is given in a 2D, like it is not given linear. Rather, it can be also in the. It can also lie in the x-axis, y-axis, as well as negative x, negative y. It is not that. Okay, it is in a linear. So it is in the positive side. Okay. So now we are told that we are given the location of each part, and we are told that we are given the cows also. Okay. So now the question is to allocate the cows. Okay. To allocate the cows in each line. So the distance between each cow is 1. Why? Because it is told that it is portrayed here that it is very aggressive. So it is going to be more aggressive. So that the separation is maximum. Okay. So that the separation is maximum. Okay. I'm summing up the whole question in Hindi so that people would have a proper understanding. Okay, so there are K cows, okay, and एक linear scale पे separation है, okay. So हमें जो cows है उन्हें ऐसे allocate करना है और उसे ऐसे जगहों में भेजना है ताकि जो जगह हम लोग allocate कर रहे हैं उसका बीच का जो separation distance है वो maximum रहे. बट हमें सारे के काउस को फिट करना है. ऐसा नहीं कि एक काउ या दो काउ या तीन काउ. हमें के काउस को ही फिट करना है उसमें उस लोकेशन पे. Okay, so am I clear with the problem statement? Just give me a quick one because the population is quite high today compared to everyone. Okay, just give me a quick hi Naikaj, hi Arshad, hi Krishna, hi Rishit, hi Shubham. Hi Santosh, happy Sunday. Sir, sorry, I didn't mean that. अरे sorry क्यों यार? You were telling the right thing only. Sorry का क्या है इसमें? मैं दिल पे बात नहीं लेता. ओके चलो बढ़िया है. चलो. So now, just even if you are not knowing the, so let's see the sample test case. Okay, am I correct with the terminologies that is given in the question? Let me just see. Okay, you are given an array of okay, so it is not given, so it is given that this is not a barn but it is a stall. Okay, so sorry about that. Okay, it is stall, it is not a barn. Okay, now let us see this. Okay, so now if you visualize this question is quite easy to solve, I would say that. Okay, now see, we would make a number line over here. Mhm, mhm. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. Now, what are the location? Okay. The location are 1, 2, 4, 8, and 9. Okay. So now, if you see that we need to fit how many cows? Okay. We need to fit 3 cows. Okay. So we need to fit 3 cows in the stall. Okay. So it can be properly assumed that the first cow would be at this place. How to make cow, I don't know. So I'm just representing a. Okay. So the third cow can lie in the very between, like it can lie here. Okay. Separation between these two cow is 3. and separation between these two curve is 1 2 3 4. Okay, and then 5. Okay, so what is the minimum? So minimum separation is 3, and it is the minimum should be maximum. Like जो सबसे कम separation है उसे हमें सबसे ज्यादा करना है, मतलब ज्यादा से ज्यादा separation रहे, इसका मतलब यही है, to maximize the separation between them. Okay, and how do we know that the separation is maximum? It is defined by the minimum one. Okay, so now if you see this number line, you will see that yes, the first and the last cows should be placed at the first and the last because we need to fit all the key cows. The very first thing. The next thing is that the third cow should lie in between something here. Like it is very obvious that this is lying here, this is lying here. So the third cow would lie in between it. Now suppose we have a fourth cow. Now we need to decide if we want to keep it here or if we can't want to keep it here. But suppose we have now five cows. So it is easily done. Like would have here, we would have here. Simple enough. If the cows were five, so we can easily divide. Okay. So now we can see that we need to. So what are the things that are fixed? Okay. So locations are fixed. Okay. Number of cows are also fixed. Okay. So now we need to separate them so that the separation is maximum. Just give me a quick one. If you are here till this point. सर आप चिल होके बताते हो, मजा बहुत मजा आता। नमस्ते सर, नमस्ते। मुझे भी मजा आता। टू बी ऑनेस्ट, फॉर यू इट इज चिल होके पढ़ाना, बट फॉर मी इट इज चिल होके काम करना। द अदर वे राउंड। ओके, फेयर एनफ। You are here till this point. Okay, so now the next one is that these two are absolutely fixed. Now we need to separate them. So you would see that it is very easy to say that the first cow would be at the first and the last cow would be at the last and the middle cow would be at the middle. But the problem would arise when we would have something like this. Like suppose we have like the same number line, we would select the same number line, like the bottom one. Why to type again? Okay. See, this idea is absolutely clear and it is very easy to guess. But the problem would arise when we have something like this. Okay, not this. I'll just show you. Something like this. Okay. So now see the problem. First cow can sit here, second cow can sit here. Now what about the third cow? There are two middle nodes. Now you would say, which one would I choose? Now suppose you select this one. You select this one. But now suppose you select this one. Select this one. Now suppose I want to select one more. Okay, I want to select one more. What is the issue here? You can't really decide this or this. Okay, so like which one is the middle element, or keeping the elements in the middle is profitable or not, because it is not told that the location would be evenly distributed. It is not told like that. So it can be the scenario that suppose this is a number line. Okay, this is the first one, this is the second one, and this is the middle one, and this is at the middle, and this is also at the middle, and this is at the middle. Now suppose you would go to here. Okay, you would go to here. Now it is there. Now if they are unevenly distributed, you can't really decide. Like suppose, see, I have kept here 3. Okay, like see, I would just keep, suppose these are the location. Okay, so suppose this, इसको पहले रखा, इसको लास्ट में रखा, fair enough. For 2 this is fine, but the problem would arise when you would keep the third one. चलो third one भी रख दिया. Now see the issue. Okay, the issue is that if you keep the fourth person here, the margin is very less. You could have kept it here. Okay, like see, this is the answer. Okay, like सही में अगर हमें 4 person रखने हो, okay, like suppose we keep 4 people, then the correct answer is this. First see the correct answer, then you would be able to recognize how we are going wrong. Okay, so suppose if we want to keep 4 people, then this is the correct one. But now according to our algorithm that we would go in between, so according to our algorithm we would keep the fourth person here, which is very close, which is not a correct value. We would keep the person here, which is not a correct value. We would keep a person here, which is not correct answer. So now we can see that for 2 elements only, it is fine that we would keep the things first and last. But for other position, we can't really decide it. Okay, it is the correct one. Like we can't really decide where to go. Okay, so now we need to move forward. Like, what is the next alternative solution to this? The next alternative solution to this would be that we consider the difference. Okay, so it is very easy to look at the this number line and say that we sorting the values would be the easy one. Now we need to consider the difference. Now what we can do is, if we can't really decide on the location, then we can decide on the unit of separation. Okay, like what is the transition, I would tell you. Okay, like first we said that the first one would be at the first, the last one would be at the last, and then we would decide. But then we saw that there might be uneven distribution. So now to standardize that, okay, what we can do is we can fix a unit of separation. Fix a unit of separation. This seems perfect. Like first, I would try to have 1 unit separation. If that is if that is true, then I would try with 2 unit separation. If that is true, I would try with 3 unit of separation. If that is true, I would try with 4 unit of separation. If that is true, I would try with 5 unit of separation. Now, how would we do that in programming? I would tell you that. Okay. So let me just take this example only. Can we fix all this or not? Okay. So 1, 2, 4, 8, 9. Okay. Chalo. Now let us say that I fix 1 unit of separation. Okay. So the first cow would sit here, the second cow would sit here, the third cow can sit here because 1 unit of separation is maintained. So now I can maintain 1 unit of separation. Okay. So now see, you can see like we want the maximum. अगर किसी को ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा पैसा कमाना है और किसी को wants to earn the maximum amount. First, suppose I want to, so let's see a story. Okay. Like suppose I want to earn 100 rupees. Okay. Maximum I want to earn 100 rupees. First, I would try with 1 rupee. I would try with 2 rupee. I would try with 3 rupee. I would try with 4 rupee. I would try with 5 rupee. So I would see now what is my capacity. In the same manner, first I would try to have the separation as 1. Yes, 1 is possible. So now I would try to go with 2. Why I am going with 2 even though 1 is true? Because I want to maximize it. Na? I want to maximize. So now I want 2 unit of separation. So first value would be kept here. I can't keep the next one here. Why? Because 1 unit of separation is there. So 2 unit separation, and the next one can be here. 2 unit separation is maintained between all of them. 2 unit separation can be there. Now let's try with 3 unit of separation. I can have here. Okay. I can have here also. Okay. And I can have here again 3 unit of separation is maintained. Okay. So now I would try to go with 4 unit of separation. So first I would keep it here. Then I would keep the second element here. No, I can't keep it because there is no valid location. I would come here, I would come here, I would come here. So 4 unit is now maintained. Next, I don't see any location where I can maintain the fifth unit. I can maintain 4 units. Sorry. So I was not able to keep all the cows. So the last valid value we had was 3. That is why 3 is our answer. Am I clear with this or not? How this thing is coming into picture? After this, it's very easy to be honest. But this intuition part is absolutely very important. Like intuition आया कैसे? How we would fix the distance? First, tell me this: is the intuition clear or not? Quickly give me a quick one. If the intuition is clear or not, give me a quick one. ये सबसे important था. हो गया. Let us see. चलो सही. Okay, so let us move forward then. Mhm. So now, what I can do is I would have a for loop. Okay, I would start from the lowest value, that is 1, because one distance can be maintained. Okay, I would start with the lowest value, that is 1, and then I would keep moving forward till I have an invalid answer. Okay, invalid answer, and that would be the false. So it turns out that if the answer is 4, if 4 is the answer, then the values would look something like this: that for 1 the value would be yes, for 2 the value would be yes, for 3 the value would be yes, for 4 the value would be yes, but for 5 the value would be no, 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 no. So this is the scenario when 4 is our answer. So now we would move forward. Now suppose we would have 6 as our answer. So now for 1 the value would be yes, for 2 the value would be yes, for 3 the value would be yes, for 4 the value would be yes, for 5 the value would be yes, for 6 the value would be yes, for rest other the value would be no, no, no. So this is known as monotonic function. Okay, so whenever you come across this pattern, this is known as monotonic function. So now if this thing is completely new to you, consider learning about advanced binary search, consider learning about how to do binary search on an answer, and then come back to this question. Okay, so now the question is of advanced binary search. Okay, because we can find val- values to monotonic function by using binary search. So first we detect a pattern that yes, the answer exists in a monotonic function, and then that can be our answer. Okay, fair enough. So how would we solve this? So the solving part is absolutely very easy. We would have a low value and a high value, same as binary search, and if the answer is true, we would do that accordingly. So now the binary search part I won't explain because this question is of advanced binary search. I've explained you the intuition, how we are checking. I have also explained you that. So I would do that. If binary search part is new to you, that means you are not acquainted with binary search. So I don't think that advanced binary search would be this. So first learn about binary search, then come to this, because this is the same binary search code. And explaining binary search again won't be feasible for just this question. Okay. So can I move to the coding part? Give me a quick one. Give me a quick one if I can move to the coding part. Quickly give me a one. Okay, sir, please explain once again the logic behind it. The logic behind is the same one. I have waited for you. Binary search intuition is a bit tricky. Binary search intuition is not tricky. Like you see this monotonic function, and the first thing that should come in your mind is advanced binary search. Okay, so just getting the monotonic function is the hard one. Okay, explain, please repeat the logic once again. So I would quickly write the code. Even after that, if the logic is not clear, I would move forward and explain you that. Okay, so okay, he is saying to repeat the logic. Explain. He said explain in Hindi. Okay, so हमें क्या कर okay, so हमें क्या करना है कि हमें वो जो बाइनरी सर्च वाली चीज़ है, मतलब जैसे हम लोग देख रहे हैं कि हमें एक स्टैंडर्ड फिक्स करना है. ओके, पहले हम लोगों ने देखा कि फर्स्ट और लास्ट करके हम लोग एक हम लोग एक काउस को प्लेस कर सकते हैं. बट उसके बाद हमें देखें कि जब वो अनइवन रहे, मतलब वो लोकेशन अनइवन रहे, तब काउस को प्लेस करना काफ़ी डिफिकल्ट है, क्योंकि फर्स्ट और लास्ट दो काउस तो प्लेस हो जाएंगे, बट बीच के काउस आप रियली डिसाइड नहीं कर सकते. ओके, लाइक एक बहुत ज़्यादा पास होगा कोई, और कोई बहुत ज़्यादा बीच में होगा. द फर्स्ट इंट्यूशन दैट इज दैट कीपिंग द काउस सेपरेटेड वर्बली इज नॉट इजी. देन वी मूव फॉरवर्ड एंड हम लोग बोलते हैं ठीक है, चलो मान लेते हैं कि हम लोग एक डिस्टेंस, ओके, कि हाँ इतना सेपरेशन रहना चाहिए. तो पहले हम लोग एक सेपरेशन रख के देखेंगे कि हाँ ये हो सकता है कि नहीं. हुआ, तो हम लोग दो सेपरेशन रख के देखेंगे. क्यों हम लोग एक के बाद दो देख रहे हैं? क्योंकि हमें मैक्सिमम सेपरेशन पॉइंट चाहिए. ओके, सो अगर मुझे देखना है कि मेरी कमाने की कैपेसिटी कितनी है, तो मैं क्या करूंगा? आज 1 रुपए कमाया तो संतुष्ट नहीं होगा, दूसरा दिन 2 रुपए कमाऊंगा. ओके, सो सेम वे. ओके, आज अगर मैं एक कर रहा हूँ तो कल दो करूंगा, कल तीन करूंगा. ओके, the same way. Okay. Chalo, this was really very funny. For whom I explained the whole logic in Hindi, he didn't even knew Hindi. Okay, chalo, let's get back to the picture. Okay, so Santosh, if even after the implementation things are not clear to you, you can just ask me and I would solve the purpose. So now let us go back. Yes. So as you know, okay, as you know, I'm lazy enough. I would just rename this one to A because it saves time. Okay, so that you would have a proper visibility. So I remove this also. So now I would first sort this to have a number line kind of thing. Okay, that is very easy to understand. A dot begin comma A dot end. Okay, and the default one would solve the purpose. Now we know that the separation point can be at least one. Okay, like एक के बाद तो रख ही सकते हैं. Okay, that is why one. And the answer, okay, the high value can be what? Okay, let's suppose what can be the maximum separation. The maximum separation can be like this. Okay, like see, the first value is 0 and the last value is 10 to the power 9. So the separation point between them is 10 to the power 9. Okay, this can be this. How and why? Because it is told that the because it is told in the constraint itself. Like if you go to the constraint, the smallest value is 0 and the largest value is 10 to the power 9. Okay, so what we would do is we would take the high value as 1e9 plus 5. Like this can never be the answer. Okay, then we would say int high. Okay, just a sec. Okay, okay, so now we would write while low is less than equal to high itself. Okay, then we would find the mid value while low plus high divide by the simple binary search one. Now we would implement a check function. Okay, we would implement a check function. Now if that is true, what would be there in the check function? I don't care as of now. If that is true, what are the things we would do? First, that is the answer we need to save. Okay, and the answer would keep updating it. So answer is equals to this mid value, the first thing. Now the next value is what would be the value. So now suppose this is low, this is high, and this value is true. So if this value is true and we want to see further, like हमें और आगे जाना है, so then I want to see this search space. If I want to see this search space, this one is important for me, na? Then I would make what? I would make low come here. Okay. So what I would do is I would have low is equals to mid plus one. Why plus one? Because mid is already checked. If that is not the scenario, then I would try to move on that side, the opposite one. So this side would be high is equals to mid minus one. The same way. Like I want to go that side, this time I want to go this side. And then at the end, the updated answer would be our answer. Now we would just need to write the check function. Okay. Now bull check. Okay. Bull check and int n, int k, and then vector of int of this. Why pass by reference? Because pass by reference is faster than pass by value. So why to take the risk? Okay. Now we would have here the first one. Okay, like which is the last, remember. Okay. So I would just say last is equals to a of 0. That is the first element. So initially we have kept the first cow in the first position. Okay. And then we would initialize the count is equals to 1 because we have kept 1. Now we would start moving forward from the second location. For int I is equals to 1, I is less than n, and I plus plus. Okay. So now if the distance between the current element and the last is greater than this distance that we have decided, then we would like the threshold value, like itna distance to chahiye, like this distance is absolutely necessary. So after that distance is exhausted, we would keep one more cow. So I would say one more cow is kept here, increase the count of it, and then I would say that this is now the last location, that this current one is the last location. Okay. Now after all this is done, okay, after all this is done, okay, I was successful in keeping a cow. I would just keep check. So if c is equal to k, then I would return true from this point only. Okay. Now if we came here, even after checking all the location, we are not able to keep all the cows. That means we would return 0, false value. So now what we would pass here? We would pass here n and then k and then a and then mid itself. We would keep all this. Okay, so now let me check the code itself. Okay, so we would have n, k, and the distance. The first last distance would be this, and c would be equal to, for int I is equals to 0, we would have the loop here. We would start from the first location, and if the distance is less than equal to this, we would keep a cow here. If the number of cow is equal to cow that is already given, we would have yes, return 1. This is fine. Now, even after all this, we are not able to do that, return 0. Now we have sorted it. We have taken the highest value, highest possible value this, and then low is greater than equal to n. Okay. Just compile and run and see how many errors are we making. Okay. Fair enough. Okay. So now we can also take y as maximum of, okay. So by the way, yes, we can absolutely do that. Okay, like if you go to the editorial solution, it is done like that. Maximum minus minimum. Maximum is the largest element, that is big of n minus 1 minus a of 0. Okay, so this is given in the backend also. But if you see, if you are given in this interview, then this is fine. But here you have already been mentioned the limit. So if you're respecting the constraint, then you won't ever get a TLE. First. Second is that if you are respecting the TLE and if you know very quickly, then you would be able to surpass. An expected time complexity, we are respecting that also. It is not telling us that log big O of maximum and minimum. It is not telling us. Okay, that is why, according to this question and the expected time complexity, this is the solution. Okay, but if you want to optimize it a bit further, for few test cases, not all the test cases, the worst time complexity would remain the same, be it either that, be it either this. And if you want to optimize it for few test cases, you can have high is equals to a of n minus 1, and that would solve the purpose. Okay, so give me a quick one if this is clear. अभिनव भाई ने पार्टी दी आपको. प्यार दिया भाई, छोटा भाई है मेरा. Okay, like I have been seeing him, like I didn't knew him before Gigs for Gigs. I'm just being very honest, because when he started off, I left doing code horses. Okay, so he was into editorials, code with Abhinav and all. But after I knew him, he is a very good person. Okay, so I know him a little bit personally too. Okay, and hope कि अभिनव मुझे पार्टी जल्दी दे. But the thing is, as of now, I am hopping between cities. Okay, like a few days ago I was in my internship. Few days ago only I came back here in Kolkata to give my semester exams. Okay, so same way. Okay, so I hope I'm clear. So I would be waiting for the okay, so I don't think that I need to wait. Okay, so bro, आपकी जॉब लग गई. Yes bro, भगवान के दुआ से लग गई. Okay, so any more queries I have? Any more concerns or queries I have? Quickly let me know. I would be waiting for the next 30 seconds. Bro, HP कैसी कंपनी है? As of now, HP is doing good, but can't really say because, like, you would be affected by what? Like, what is your priority? If the definition of good is good salary, then HP is good. If the definition of good is that it would give you respect and all, it won't lay off, then I don't know about it. Okay. So I got ILB from ST as an ST. As of now, go to those companies which provide you a stability. थोड़ा कम भी मिले चले जाओ, because as of now, according to the current scenario in the market, stability is much more important than the amount of money you would get at the end of the month. Okay. नहीं नहीं, हो जाएगी. चलो. So I think that is it for today. No queries or concerns from the question itself. By the way, congratulations, Victor. Okay. Good night, everyone. So if you are watching this video, not on the live but on the recorded version, please comment on the video as well as like on the video so that the reach of this video could be increased. Thank you again.